guys, my name is Caedmon and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys have been doing well with your quarantines. I haven't been uploading very much just because I have felt very depressed and uninspired during this quarantine, but what I wanted to do was revisit one of my original videos and kind of give it a revamp to bring it to you today. So, looking back at the first year of my channel, I put up a video called 2 Looks 1 Palette using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. It was brand new at the time, I was brand new to YouTube at the time, and I was still kind of a beginner at makeup. I had only been doing makeup for about a year or so, I believe, at that point. And as far as filming for YouTube goes, I had no idea what I was doing. The angles were bad, the lighting was really bad, and it just wasn't as good of a tutorial as I wish that it were. So I thought that I would recreate it. So if you would like to, let's revisit one of my original videos to today and show you how I got this look using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I've already primed my eyes using the Smashbox 24-Hour Eyeshadow Primer, so to set that we're going to be going in with the shade Chaser. And I only usually like to set in the crease area, just so that way whatever shade I put on the actual lid will stick a little bit better, but the shades that we put in the crease will be a little bit more blendable. And I am going to be doing this a little bit differently from my original video just because I think it'll turn out a little bit better. So next we're going to go into the crease with Sauced, just to build up a little bit more of a transition. Now that we have a bit more of a transition, we're going to take the shades He Devil and Cayenne and put those in our crease. I like to start a little bit lower first, and then start blending it in. For a little bit more depth in the lower crease, we're going to take the shade En Fuego, and instead of putting it and blending it higher, we're going to put it a little bit more toward the midpoint of the crease and blend it toward the lid. So about right there, where the eye actually creases into the rest of my eye area, I'm going to lightly wiggle that inwards. With this shade, we're not really blending up like we did with the other ones. We're just kind of blending it across for some more depth. So even without a shade on the lid yet, we do have quite a bit of dimension going on with the look. On the outer corner, to make things a little bit smokier, we're going to mix the shade En Fuego with Ashes for some extra depth on the outer corners. So as you see, you have a lot more depth on this side than you do originally, so we're going to add some more depth on the other side. For the lid, I'm going to take the shade Ember at the very end of the palette, and just for some more intensity, I am going to wet my brush. Now, if you feel like you need to, after you put that lid shade on, you can go back into the inner corners to re-deepen them again if you need to. So I'm going to do that with a little bit of En Fuego. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Cayenne to smoke it out. And then just for some extra definition right on the lash line there, I'm going to take a flat definer brush and go into the shade En Fuego. And then taking the same brush that we applied Cayenne with, we're just gonna go right back over that just to blend in a little bit. Once your shadow's on, for a kind of smoky eye like I did here, I always like to put a black liner on the waterline, so I'm going to do that real quick. And you want to be very gentle on your under eye. You don't want to pull it really tight. I just do a very gentle tug just so I can get the waterline exposed there. Now really the last thing to do before lashes is going to be doing our wing. So here I have the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen. I haven't actually used this before, so we're gonna see how this works. And if you aren't very good at doing wings, you don't have to. It's very hard to get a winged liner to be perfect and even on both sides. I almost never get it even on both sides. This isn't even on both sides, but that's okay. Next up, we're going to curl our lashes because my lashes are long, but they point straight out. And then we're going to be going in with Urban Decay Perversion Volumizing Mascara. And that definitely makes a big difference as far as the sultriness of the overall look. Gives really nice length and volume, and it just kind of gives that nice seductive quality to it. Now, if you really want to, I know a lot of people like to put a highlight under their brow bone. I definitely do. So I'm going to take the shade Ounce at the very beginning of the palette and tuck that in right under the brow here. And for this shade, I don't know how well you're going to see it on camera. It is a very subtle, not a shimmer, but a very subtle highlight. But it works perfectly for under the brow. You could do it on the inner corner too. I don't always like to do a shimmery shade on the inner corner, but I always like to do it under the brow. Alright, and now we have our finished look. Alright, so all in all, I think this look turned out really nice. This is kind of a darker look for this palette. A lot of the shades in the palette are like lighter, more orangey shades. This is definitely a little bit darker, more sultry, but I really like it. This bronze all over the lid is such a stunning color. The mattes blend out great. I just think it looks really nice. Of course, it can be a really nice everyday look as well if you use some of the lighter mattes instead of the darker mattes like I used. And I think that that would look awesome. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. If you recreate this look, please tag me on Instagram at Caedmon-Cosmetics. I would love to see it. And if you like the video, please give it a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys have a great day, and remember that you are clearly beautiful.